you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors, Independent Merchant Brokers. For all your credit card, debit card processing needs, go to independentmerchantbrokers.com. And for your financial retirement needs, call Financial Freedom Wealth Management Group. For more information, go to financialfreedomwmg.com. Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's Monday morning. You know what that means. It's time for Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So excited for the guests that we have on every week. And this week's guest will not disappoint. Awesome, like always. Teresa Moerer is with me today. She is a fabulous physical therapist. She is an author. She is working with people to improve their life and in their life balance. We're going to talk all about the things she's up to. But first, just wanted to remind you that I am Russ Hedge. I am a marketing coach. I'm an inspiration specialist here to inspire and encourage you. And I love to connect with people. If you can go directly to russhedge.com and connect with me. That's right. russhedge.com has the links to all of my social media, to my email, to everything, even my phone number. You can even schedule time to directly connect and Zoom with me. And I would love to meet you and connect with you. I also am the author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. That's right. An encouraging book that inspires you, encourages you to live the life you choose. You know, a lot of things happen to us in life, but we get to pick what we do with that. We get to filter through that, and we get to live the life we choose based on the things that happen around us. So today, I want to encourage you to live a good life. I want to encourage you, no matter what's going on, even if things are a struggle right now, I want to encourage you to hold on to the good things, to move forward with a positive mindset. Mindset and perspective is going to affect your entire life and the way you think. Remember, change your thinking, change your life. Craig Rochelle tells us that it's awesome. If you change the way you're looking and thinking about life, it will change your actions. It'll change your life. So I want to encourage you today to do that. Just so excited. Just remember that I am here every Monday and Thursday, Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And on Wednesdays, I'm here with my great co-host, D. Scott Smith. We're here with The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. Last week, we had an awesome episode with Justin Guarini and Raquel Boris. And if those American Idol fans know who Justin is, it was a great episode. We got another great one coming up this week with Jim Langlois and Daryl Willis. Jim has been working on, over the years, worked with Steven Spielberg and Disney and all kinds of exciting people. Movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark, things that you would know. And Daryl Willis is the nicest, kindest, best connector you will ever meet. Good friend of mine. He's a banker. He's a martial artist. He is an amazing individual. So looking forward to that coming up Wednesday this week. Also, Russ Reels Live rolls around different times, but it is coming this Friday. This Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I have 3 fabulous female authors with me. The ladies are amazing. And so you'll want to join in again, 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time this Friday for Russ Reels. So, wow, packed out week, so much more going on, but I think that's enough about me. I'm so excited to have you guys here, and the comments are already rolling in. So really excited about that. We'll get to those in a minute. But first, I think it's time just to bring in Teresa and see what she's up to. Here we go. Good morning.
Hi, Russ.
Hey,
It's
Teresa.
great to be here. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. I'm just so thankful and grateful that you're willing to come on this morning and just share your wisdom and all that you're doing, because you are doing amazing things. When you and I were able to chat a while back, I was just amazed at the way you take physical therapy and you mold it into all that you're doing with your life to help other people. So I'm just going to turn it over to you and let you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and what you're up to.
Okay, thank you again. Yeah, I have been a physical therapist for 36 years, and I chose that profession because I'm just interested in personal development for people. And I chose the physical route because I enjoy science and I wanted to help people. So I kind of put that all together. But I'm also a creative, and I'll probably talk about that a little bit later, but my brain is constantly creating things. It's like I can't stop it. So I fell a little short sometimes in the physical therapy career. And when I came across multidisciplinary group therapy, it just opened up my world. And I saw how people could connect. And you talk about the connections, and I know I love to make connections and help people, but I saw the patients connecting with each other and helping each other. And then I saw the benefits of group therapy and how, being in groups is so important to us. So, so that's what brought me to this new phase in my career.
Well, you know what I love when you talk about connection and life balance. And, it's both of those are just so critically important in life. Number one, we thrive on personal contact and connection with people. We all want to be around people. We love to, be in community. And second of all, we need to learn life balance and how what goes into that. So give me a little snapshot of how you're working all of that together and helping people out.
Okay, yes. And what I believe in a proactive aging process. And when does that start? It really starts right now for all of us. We need to be proactive agers. And I wrote the book, The Art of Assisting Aging Parents, so you could actually help your parents, with this proactive aging process. And really, it's all about getting into balance, and it's balancing really, the body, mind, and spirit. And you have to work on this, all the time to bring yourself good, the good choices. And like your book says, live with the choices you make, or I forget your title, but
That's all right.
Okay, yeah. But and you can, if you choose wisely to balance your life, it's gonna, you're gonna live with these choices. And what's gonna happen is that you will become healthier in body, mind, and spirit. And again, that brings us back to the connections. How are we connecting with people? And that's not only, ourselves, it's our spouse, partner, family, it's the people we work with, and on and on. And if you have, a lot of us have small businesses and, we want to connect with others, and that's a very important connection. So you have to be at the best and balanced in yourself before you go out and make, some of these awesome connections.
Yeah, it's interesting because one of my guests last week, a good friend of mine, Emily Harmon, was talking about self-care. Same idea. If we don't take good care of ourselves, we can't help others. And if we don't take good care of ourselves and, work with the aging process, it's hard to reach out and connect with others. You're exactly right. I couldn't agree more. And it's interesting because in my book, I talk a little bit about life balance too. I think great minds think alike. I'm sure I learned it from you. But, we always need to be thinking about that, because if we're not in a good place, it's so hard to go anywhere and help other people, right?
Right, right. Yeah, and I would like to bring up the point too that sometimes you won't always be in perfect balance. And that's probably why they call it balance,
Right.
it's that homeostasis between, moving forward and maybe moving backwards a little bit, or having to, like, I chose a time in my life when I was a little bit out of balance, but I knew I could be out of balance for a certain period of time and still survive it. And what I did was, a couple years ago, because all of our children are gone, they're graduated from college, they're out of the home. And my mother needed some help, and she was in a different state. So my husband said, just go help your mom. He's very much of a family man. So, and I also realized in myself that I needed to change my work environment. So I went to this other state, helped my mother. I got 2 jobs in physical therapy, and I was, working crazy hours. And people were asking me, like my coworkers were like, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, because I can. Because I can, get out of balance for a little bit of time. And then but I'm planning for my future. So when I was in this other state, I started I looked at my bucket list. And one thing was, I wanted to be a painter. So I started taking painting lessons, and I did that. And now that is coming into my, what I call I have like three small businesses here. I work out of my home, and that's one of them. Yeah. I am oil painting. And I'm also working with acrylics now because it takes oil, 6 months to dry. So I'm like, I need to, move this stuff out a little faster. So, but anyway, that is a part of my life right now. So, and that's when I started writing my book, when I was helping my mother, because so many people were coming up to me and saying, what can I do for my aging parents? And I just realized, this was an issue. So I started writing a book. I started oil painting. And so now I put that into my life in the future.
Right.
But so I guess my point is sometimes we will be out of balance, but try to, be aware, like, okay, I'm going to be out of balance for a little bit, but this is for my future. This is, and, so there are, a few things you want to do to keep your brain, body, and spirit healthy, So.
Well, I think that is, it's so true. I mean, life is not perfect. So we are occasionally out of balance, but it's a matter of your purpose and how you're moving forward. So you had a purpose for why you were out of balance at the moment, planning to bring that back into balance. And that happens at times. We all got to do things. We all got to take care of life things. And I have dealt with aging parents. My dad passed away 4 years ago, and I had to, work with transition with he and my mom. And she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. He had lung cancer, working through that. And now she's still around. Blessed to still have my mom, but dealing with her with Alzheimer's. And so that whole transition, that whole process, I had no idea. So writing a book, dealing with aging parents, starting back as they're starting to go through that process, that is just an amazing thing because people need it so badly. Because you don't, it's kind of like having kids. There's no manual at the beginning of how to do it. So you just I was just winging it and figuring it out as I went. I love my parents and I'm going to do what I can and try to listen to wise people like my beautiful wife, who was a huge help. But people like you, Teresa, and books that guide them in the right direction and learning how to have that life balance, I think is so critical. It's such a blessing of what you do.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I enjoy it. And I like to bring people to that higher level of success. And I put a framework around my group therapy, and I teach that to therapists. And I'm also reaching out to other industries because it's so important, to stay healthy and to keep actively aging. You need your environment, but not only your mental environment, but you also need that physical environment. So I'm reaching out to other, professions to work on just getting things set up so that people age well. And that is part of my focus, and teaching the group therapy, because actually being in a group and having the face-to-face interaction is one of the biggest things that is responsible for your longevity. And it's from your chemical, the way your body functions chemically, mentally, it gives you more confidence. And I mean, I could go on and on about these face-to-face interactions. And another thing is that you develop these weak ties which are responsible for a lot of great things, and they could be really great things in your life. And again, it's those choices that you can make to turn your life into, something better.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yeah. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. Obviously, I'm the live the life you choose kind of guy. That's the
mhm.
subtitle of my book, because I truly believe what you're talking about, and you get to make the best of what you have been given. And we all are blessed with good things, and we're all unfortunately have bad things that we have to deal with. But we get to take those things and make the choice which direction we're going, learning how to be better, learning how to deal with our aging parents, learning how to better connect with people, and learning how to have that life balance. Do you have like a routine that you work with your clients on for helping them get in balance? I don't want you to give away all your secrets, but I mean, is there any, can you give us a little snapshot? Just give us a little snapshot into what you do.
Sure. Yes. I first start with teaching some healthy lifestyle strategies that are really non-negotiable. I mean, we should all be doing these every day, and they don't cost a lot of money. It's they're simple, and they grow your brain and body. And actually, even by being mindful and meditating, you're growing your hippocampus in your brain, which is the part of your brain that is for learning and memory. So we can do these things for ourselves daily, and then I teach people how to really get to know themselves and share all my secrets. I can. I can't.
Emily wants you to dump it all out there. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I teach a couple of educational theories, and I've just noticed over the last 36 years working with people that if I didn't connect with them, if it was like, okay, I'm the physical therapist, it's my way or the highway, and if you don't do this, you're not going to, succeed. And I had to constantly, daily figure out how to connect with my clients, my patients. And there's a few tricks to the trade that I use with everybody, but also I had to get to know my patients through some of these techniques that I teach, to really get to know them. And it was my patients, but it might be your clients. It might be the people you're teaching to be in business, or if you're selling them a home, or if you're doing their financial planning. If you really get to know what your client wants and needs and how they function, because people all have strengths and weaknesses. Well, I was constantly doing that, and as I'm an analyzer. Along with being creative, I'm an analyzer. So I love physical therapy. I got to analyze people, their body, brain, and spirit all the time. And I loved it, but that's how I connected with them. And, and you also have to know how you function, because you have a lens, and it's not a bad lens. It's just your lens. And you have to know your lens and how you see things and see people and situations and circumstances. And if you know how you see that, then you also know how you communicate into the world, and how what you're putting out into the world is also through your lens. Right. So you just have to be aware of your lens and get to know people. And so those are two of the things I do. And I also help people set goals and find out how to achieve those goals. So I get very, very detailed on making success, because always in physical therapy, I put a lot of mental energy into it, and I always wanted to have people be at their 100%.
Right.
Yeah. So I really worked hard to do that, and I still do. Yeah.
Well, I think because you said it perfectly, there's not a one size fits all. You got to get to know the people you're working with. You need to be able to mold and work with them, and you got to know, like you said, yourself and where you're coming from. I love the lens that you're viewing things through, or I call it what we filter things through in your life. Makes a huge difference. It affects your perspective and your attitude. I put on my awesome filter every morning because I have a little morning routine before I get out of bed, and I choose to make the day awesome. And we both know that doesn't mean that everything that happens to me is awesome, but that's my lens or my filter that I'm choosing to look at it through. So when you look at it through an awesome, good perspective filter, everything's going to look a whole lot better than if you're already negative and already stressed, worried, and anxious. And I think that helps with your life balance. I do. I mean, I think you're just, it's amazing. You and I just think so much alike. No wonder I wanted to have you on.
Yeah. I can see, definitely see all these, connections we have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just think that's amazing. So give me a little bit more information about your book now, and we want to make sure we get the information. It's available on Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. So give us just a little more. So it's about how you're dealing with your aging parents. Tell us the title again.
Okay. Yeah. It's The Art of Assisting Aging Parents. And I believe that, life is an art. And if you find out how to do this right, that, if you follow these steps, and they're pretty simple. And I say, just take the amount of time you have. Don't feel guilty if you don't have a lot of time. Just do what you can. And like I talked about before, just putting these simple steps together proactively. And what that means, keeping your life in balance, because then you're not going to have to react to everything that happens. You can either do it proactively and get things in place and get them functioning well, or you can do it reactively and you can wait until things start happening and then react to them. But at that point, it might take you a lot more work and finances and things like that, and time, which, are precious to all of us. But I just really believe in the proactive approach, and especially knowing that like 90% of dementia can be reversed, and it's like, why not be proactive? And these are little simple steps you can do every day. And like I said, sometimes, even I'm out of balance. I don't do everything that I should every day, but I've also incorporated things into my life, like the painting. And painting is my time when I can unplug from the world. And, being a creative, your mind is always busy. I'm always writing a book. I'm thinking of this. I'm planning this. Again, as my mind is very, very busy. So when I go and paint, I get to unplug from the world. And that is so healthy. Your body needs to relax and the anxiety needs to drop down. And you need to clear your mind and be mindful. So that's one thing I'm doing for myself. And there are a couple other things that I've added to my life that, were on my bucket list. And I started adding them to my life. And I've noticed that I'm increasing my brain function by adding these things to my life. So I would say, just continue to work on your body, brain, and spirit. And like Russ said, with the self-care, you're a caregiver. We're all a caregiver to somebody. So you need to take care of yourself as you take care of others. But really with your parents, if you can be proactive with them and, start asking a few questions, see how things are going, and try to get things put into place, kind of before you have to,
Right. Yeah. Well, that I can be, I can testify to that in my own life because you need to be proactive in all that you do. And one of my favorite phrases, Teresa, is be an actor, not a reactor. I used to tell my kids that growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Act and do the things you know you need to do. Move forward the way you need to go. Don't react to everything in your life because you'll be miserable to begin with, reacting to everything going on around you. And I just think that it is important. So important. Mindfulness, like Alex says, so important in all that we're doing because that way we can take care of people and we can be ahead of the game. My beautiful wife was ahead of me. So she was taking care of me as I was taking care of my parents. And she was prepping me for things that I needed to do. That's where like your book comes in. Prepping for people for things they need to do. Because I can tell you when it happens to you, and when it happened to me, I was in denial. I was too close to the situation. I wasn't thinking clearly on things that I needed to do. And so by having somebody to talk it through with, my wife really helped me to be able to think about the steps I needed to take. So actually, because of that and that preparedness, I was very prepared, moved my parents, sold their home, sold their car, had them in a little apartment, a few months before my dad ended up passing away. And as horrible as that was, I was able to progress them through life in a good, positive way. And they were actually part of that, which was good, while they still could be. And then ended up transitioning my mom into memory care now. But it, it was all because of thinking, choosing, making the right choices and being mindful of what, I needed to do. And I have to we got to give each other credit. My beautiful wife deserves most all the credit for that. And I'm just thankful to God every day too, for the blessings in life that we're able to hang on to, when these things are going on. So listen, we are actually getting to the point where we got to start wrapping it up. You are amazing. I want you to, people are going to want to talk to you more. Definitely. So I want you to give us a last word, positive thought, whatever you want to do, and then give us your contact information so people know how to get in touch with you, connect with you, and learn more.
Okay. Yes, I would say as a last thought, I would say start today. Go to your cupboard, open it up, pull out something that does not serve you as far as food, junk food, or has too much flour, too much sugar, throw that away and set a goal for some type of an exercise you can start. And the biggest thing you can do, though, is to start today. And you can get a hold of me at teresamoerer.com. I have an email, and you can set up a call if you would like to chat about maybe a strategy that you're working with that you want help with. And I would be happy to do that. I've had a lot of experience and a lot of different venues over the years. So I would be happy to shed some light on your issues.
Well, that is so great. I enjoyed so much when you and I first connected and we talked, and constantly you keep bringing things up, and I'm thinking, I must have learned all of this from Teresa, because half the things you're bringing up, I'm thinking, yeah, I think the same things. Starting, I have 5 steps to connection, which in my mind are really 5 steps to life, but 5 steps to connection. And the number one is start. And I think you and I talked about that when we were chatting before. And that is because you got to get going, and people need to learn that they need to do something sustainable. And that's what you're talking about. Something they start, get moving, do something that they can maintain. It's, in the beginning of the year when everybody has New Year's resolutions, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to exercise for 5 hours every day. I'm going to do this stuff. And it's unsustainable. And so what happens, they get discouraged. They don't do it. Instead, good advice from Teresa: get started, move forward, take it in sustainable bites as you go, make good things happen. And that's how you make good progress, keep yourself in good shape, so then you can bless others. And like Teresa said, you can, be a good connector and connect with other people, be a blessing to them. So I want to thank you so much, so much for coming today. And give us the name of the book again. It's on Amazon. One more time so everybody gets it.
Okay. Yeah, it's The Art of Assisting Aging Parents.
There we go.
And thank you, Russ, for having me.
Yeah, and I think that's going to magically, the link to that on Amazon is going to magically appear in the comments. So you guys look for that. And I just want to thank my wonderful team member who tells me not to thank her, but ever. Thank you for being here, working in the background, and doing so many great things. So Teresa, it's been a pleasure. And as far as connection goes, you and I are going to stay in touch. I definitely think we have a very similar mindset. Any way that I can bless you or help out you and all that you're doing, I would love to do that.
Thank you, Russ. Yeah, like I said, it was my pleasure to be here. Great conversation with you. Thank you.
You bet. All right. Well, listen, have a fabulous day. Hang tight for just a minute. I'm going to send you out to the green room and wrap things up. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much again for being here today. Man, it goes so fast. It just goes so great every time that the time's over before I know it. And, I appreciate all the people that have blessed me with their experience in life and all that they're doing currently. And I learned so much from people. Every time I speak to people like Teresa, I'm learning great new things that I can apply to my life. And I pray that you did today. I know you did. I know there was value for you, because we're all always talking to amazing people who connect and help you to better your life, to be more purpose-driven, more balanced in all that you're doing. So make sure to get a hold of Teresa. We'll have all of her information in the show notes. And we're going to make sure, and there's the information for Teresa's book in the comments right there. You can go to the comments, click on that, buy her book, support her, and learn great things, especially if you're dealing with aging parents. So, all right, everybody, it's been a blessing as always. Don't forget every Monday and Thursday, Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We're here for you to bless you, to make your day awesome. Get out there, have an awesome week. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.